No one had seen or heard the crash. A grueling 5-mile hike down the hill through a dense forest began. They had no idea where they were going. Eventually, a truck driver noticed the horrifying sight along the road.
For the first time, I saw myself in the mirror and I started to scream. My head was swollen out to the distance of my shoulder. My face was black and charred.
The physical and emotional pain overwhelmed RaNelle. Her body went into shock, and then cardiac arrest.
And at the moment it became very black, I started to feel like my feet were going first into a very tight tunnel, and flashes of light started flashing by me at great speed.
What was similar to other near-death experiences was that RaNelle encountered a vision that forced her to cling to whatever life was left in her.
I moved into the path and I saw a young man coming toward me. He was tall and he was handsome.
This young man told RaNelle that she had to return to Earth. He needed her to be there in order for him to be born. RaNelle came back to life, but constantly lingered on the brink of death.
I think it's unimaginable to most of us. The hurt, the pain, they didn't think she would live.
But she did pull through, and just as miraculous, faith triumphed. And RaNelle and Terry's love reignited, saving their failing marriage. After months in the hospital, she could go home and see her 2 children again.
Coming home was probably the hardest moment that I think I can remember, because when I came home I was wearing this mask.
RaNelle's mother prepared the children.
Probably one of the most traumatizing experiences that I had was when Jason first saw me. He grabbed my mom's leg and he started to shake. And he started to scream, and all I wanted to do was just put my arms around him and tell him it was going to be okay. And I said, Jason, I am your mom, and I do love you. And in the tears he smiled, and he turned around and he grabbed my neck, and he never did let go.
After hundreds of operations and skin grafts, RaNelle was finally on the road to a long recovery. But one morning, months after the tragic accident, RaNelle faced her biggest obstacle yet.
I had just unwrapped all the wrappings off of my body, and they were on a pile on the floor, and Terry had just come out of the shower.
Terry noticed that the neighbor's house was on fire.
I ran to the front door. I started banging on it, and no one answered.
She ran inside the garage.
The smoke was very dense, and I started to choke.
Screaming was the only thing she could do to wake the family inside the burning house. Once everyone was safely outside, it was just a matter of minutes before the house collapsed.
In her speaking and in her book, she's done a lot of good. She's come a long, long way. A long, long way. She's touched a lot of hearts and a lot of people, so that the experience has really turned into somewhat a positive thing. And to hear her speak makes me proud.
I look at her every day and just wonder, how she's still here.
RaNelle and Terry had just one more wish: to have more children.
They told me I'd never have kids again.
Once again, RaNelle beat the odds. But shortly before giving birth, she had another vision.
As I was laying there on the bed, I saw an image of a young man standing next to me. And he said, "Thank you, Mom." And I said, "Thank you, Nathaniel." In that moment they came in, they turned me around, and I had my son.